Hey folks, Alan Saunders here at Pittsburgh Sports Live at Petersen Events Center, where the Panthers just lost their fifth straight game in ACC play, a 65-56 loss to Syracuse Orange, the second time Pitt has lost to Syracuse this season. And it was a game in which Pitt started slow and was not able to overcome it, something that's become something of a trend recently, where the Panthers have put inconsistent first half and second half performances together, both in last week's loss at Louisville, their loss at Clemson earlier this week, and in this one. And Jeff Capel just attributed that to be something that happens sometimes when you have a young.
Yeah, we're going through a lot. We've had to rely a lot on freshmen, and freshmen hit a wall. We have regular freshmen, and they're really good, but they're not Zion, they're not RJ, they're not Bagley or Carter or Tatum or those guys. So they're not like superhuman. And so, when they hit a wall, they hit a wall. We're going through that, and we have to help them get through it, and we are going to help them get through it. And we're going to continue to work every day to get better.
Pitt went into the breakdown 13 and got a strong second half performance from Xavier Johnson and Terrell Brown. They went on an 11-0 run, pulled to within 3 before the Orange eventually pulled away. Pitt hang around a good bit in that second half, somewhere between 5 and 10 points, but they just weren't able to make the shots that they needed to break through and claim a lead. But positive games for both Brown and Johnson. Brown had a season-high 16 on 8 of 13. Johnson had 14 points before he fouled out, but was just 2 of 11 shooting. Pretty impressive, especially for Brown, considering he didn't practice much of this week, was dealing with a strep infection, played just 4 minutes against Clemson. But he said he was feeling all right after battling over a 100-degree fever earlier this week.
So after the Clemson game, during the Clemson game, I was sick. I only played, I think, the first 4 minutes. The rest, that was it. Then when we got back, I probably had like 100 fever. And I didn't practice the next 2 days. I stayed in my room the whole day. And yesterday, I was my first practice back. I felt good. And going in today, I felt good. Got a workout in, etc. So, I didn't think I was fighting through anything. I had a little cough, but when I was playing, it didn't really matter. So.
The 5-game losing streak that the Panthers are currently on has significantly derailed the momentum that they established with wins on this court over Louisville and Florida State earlier in conference play. But Pitt head coach Jeff Capel said it's important to retain some perspective about the quality of the teams that Pitt has played, the youth of his team, and the upward trajectory that he still feels this program is on.
These losses that we've had, maybe we've gotten better. It was going to be very, very difficult for us to beat Duke. It was going to be very difficult for us to win in Syracuse. Louisville was one of the better teams in the country right now. Look, we're not as talented as a lot of the teams we're playing against. I don't mean that as a negative against my guys. I think one of the better teams in this league the past few years has not been the most talented team, and that's Virginia. I think they're really good. Nationally, I think they're one of the best teams in the country year in and year out under Tony Bennett. But if you look just sheer talent, they don't have that. They don't have elite level talent like Duke, like North Carolina. They don't have a team stack of McDonald's All-Americans. But what he did was that he came in there and he built a culture. And it took some time, but he built a culture. That's what we're trying to do. So it may not equate into wins, and we're not judging ourselves on that. Now, I know that we want to win and we have to win and all those things, and it's really, really important. But I do think we are continuing to get better.
Pitt's next game will be on Tuesday night at Wake Forest as the Panthers visit the Demon Deacons. PSN's Mitchell Northam will have that one. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Alan Saunders with Pittsburgh Sports Live.